You said that you wanted to talk about red flags versus green flags and why women are attracted to red flags.
Ooh. I didn't know we were going to like go down everything I like wrote down in this. Yeah, so I definitely become red flags can be attractive and that's not a good thing, but women and men probably too, you know, sometimes we flock to like red flags. I mean, a lot of it has to do with our childhoods and things like that, but it's hard to break the way that you're shown love as a child. And that's how, when you're an adult, that's what feels normal. So when someone's really nice to you, let's say, not saying my dad was bad in any ways, but there's certain traits of like, didn't let you cry, didn't like let you talk, like just like these little things. So that's kind of how I feel love from a guy. And so basically there's certain things that I subconsciously am attracted to that are red flags that I shouldn't be attracted to.
Like treating you like shit?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I've gotten better. If a man starts treating me like shit,
Are you sure you gotten better?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if Chad was in here right now treating you like shit,
no, I want to.
Wait a minute. Wait, who? Chad Drew right here, man.
A Chad, some like really good looking
like
dude
a Karen, but
was
a
in
Chad.
here treating you like shit.
I don't like really good looking dudes.
He meant like
whatever you think is a really good looking dude.
What are some of the red flags that you'll tolerate or whatever? It's okay. Treating you poorly. What else?
Well, it's not like treating you poorly, right? It's just like, you know, they like to drink every day, you know, and it's like
drug problems.
And then if they do that, how do they treat you?
Right. Well, a lot of the guys that I've dated like pretend like they don't have these red flags, and then once I love them, then they're like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I'm a huge alcoholic," and yada yada. You know, like it's not.
And when they're drunk, they treat you better or worse?
So the one that got my best friend pregnant, better when he was drunk. Loved him when he was drunk. Great guy. The other one, when he did, you know, drink and stuff, he was like really mean and like distant and like hostile and stuff. So I think it just depends, but I'm definitely not trying to date like a heavy drinker in the future. Not like I can date someone who like can have a drink, but I'm not trying to date someone that every single day has to get like wasted to deal with life.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, going around the table on this one though, who here, I guess, ignores red flags in a man?
Kinda.
Or just yes or no, I guess.
No.
No?
What?
Okay.
I used to.
Used to?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Ignores red flags.
Yes.
Wow,
I had to get done so astronomically dirty that I was like, wow, I can literally never tolerate anything ever again. And that's why I've been single for so long, I think.
I kind of give them the benefit of the doubt. So
you want to believe in like you put them on this pedestal and you know.
I'm like second chances, third chances, and then
rose-colored glasses,
ninth chances, 10th chances.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder.
Because I get attached.
I do wonder though when it comes to this. So women often complain that men are toxic or abusive, but I think most men like don't go down this path. But when men are young, they see the men that, like when you're 18, 19, 20, other men in your peer group see the men that you guys are going after at that age. And they see you, they hear you, even if they're friends with you, complain. You complain about, oh, he's such a jerk, he's such an asshole, blah, blah, blah. You guys engage in sexual relationships with these men. Men's have major motivation when it comes to wanting to find a girlfriend. You guys essentially train men to be like because you reward the men who are abusive with sexual access. I'm a little confused by this.
No, that's so fair.
Oh, I have a take on this. I think it's because women are very, like, I'm not saying every woman ever, obviously, but a lot of women are very emotionally abusive. So then that makes the man want to react to the emotional abuse and the manipulation or whatever that the woman is doing.
Gotta kind of push back a little here.
I'm not saying like that, oh, he should have punched her in the face.
So I think, like maybe me and Brian even disagree a little here. I do think that most men are toxic, and I do think that they fit the criteria and modernity of what abuse is. And I think that women love that shit. So, like, here, hang on, hear me out, okay? The things that women consider to be toxic traits, which is, it's usually too much of the thing that they like, too much assertion, too much dominance, too much of this, too much of that, right?
It's on a scale.
But then, if the man backs it off, even an inch,
Then it's too little.
then it's too little.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, so all of these things which are considered toxic masculinity, right? All those toxically masculine men, they seem to be getting plenty of women. They don't seem to have much problem with that at all. When you say abuse, especially verbal abuse, right? This is the idea of a man basically just saying no, right? That's usually what verbal abuse reduces to it. I haven't actually heard. There are some situations where, like, he called me this, he called me that, and they said some horrible shit. I agree with that. Okay, maybe we can consider that verbal abuse, but most of the time it's just like, he just said no, and they consider that to be verbal abuse.
Well, this is where I agree with you.
What I think ultimately is that men who say no and are very toxic in their masculinity basically got nothing to worry about. And he's right? Aren't you training them to be toxically masculine?
I kind of agree with you, to be completely honest. I can't. That's logical. So
I don't know if training is the right word, but I do think that women generally.
Women.
See, in my head, there is an E there. I just this is just my accent. It's just my accent. But I do think that women, is that how you want me to say it? I do
Yes,
I do
the
think
right
that
way. Yes. Anyway,
dude, that's
go
so
ahead,
crazy.
go
No,
ahead.
but I do think that they participate in holding up the patriarchy to an extent. Just like, and I know that you guys don't like to say the patriarchy, but when it
love
comes
to say
to
the patriarchy.
but when it comes to like how you're saying, kind of like the overtly masculine, not because not that masculine is inherently a bad thing, but like where it gets to be, I don't remember
Toxic.
exactly. Toxic masculinity, yes. I do think that is occasionally upheld by women and their standards. And I think...
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How come all these blue-haired feminist chicks are always fucking the most toxically masculine men ever?
Dude, no, actually, let's talk about it. And because I'm not going to sit here and say that it's only men that are the problem, because I completely disagree. Like, my brother, he has had some seriously insane girlfriends who I am like, how are you a real person? But I've also had, like, you know, and that's where I think we talked about this last time, but I think it comes down to, are you just a moral person or are you not? And that has kind of nothing to do with gender, but I do think it's more acceptable tolerated in relationships for a man to be a little bit more on the crazy side. You'll still stay with him. He'll cheat on you, whatever.
Wait,
Crazy in
it's
what
not-
way?
It's not more. Wait, hang on.
More
back.
tolerated?
It is definitely not more tolerated for the man to be crazy than the woman.
You'd really?
Really, but I will ask you this again, because I feel like you kind of evaded.
Oh.
The blue-haired feminist lunatic who is sky screaming at the top of her lungs. Why is it that she ends up fucking the toxically masculine man? Why is it that women are saying, I want a man who acts like a conservative but has my liberal values? Why are they all saying this?
Andrew, I wish I knew.
Right.
I wish I knew
Is it
the answer.
because
I have an
what is
answer.
considered to be toxically masculine, right, is not toxic at all? It's just masculine.
And that's why those women are single.
Yeah. It's just.
I don't
what
have blue hair
masculine
yet,
is.
but-
Like,
And she's
let me
single,
give you an
hold on.
example of some toxic masculinity. Okay, so there are men I know, not me, of course. I would never do anything like this. It's horrible. There are men I know who they will go out to a shooting range, and I've been with men like this, and they will just unload on a target. Okay, yeah, exactly. Then a small little fluffy rabbit will run across the range. And they'll blast that motherfucker just to watch it explode. And then they'll give a big belly laugh. They'll give a big belly laugh. They don't give a shit. They don't fucking care.
Rabbits are pretty invasive.
Yes, they are invasive, and they're evil, right? They're ontologically evil.
So
But the
cute.
point is that Fluffy gets blown to bits, right? Those
a name.
dudes,
He has a
those
name.
dudes, they never hop in the car with a chick who's like, oh, honey, I can't believe that you can't. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care. So the thing is like, all the things that you would consider toxically masculine. Here's another one, right? Video games, where, you know, you roll through the town and you just kill everything that you see. Women don't give a shit about that either. When you're talking about toxic masculine traits, it seems to only be the idea of you are using your masculinity as a weapon to defeat some absurdity that I have over here.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that take.
Techno Trooper donated $200.
Thank you, man.
Tell us your favorite green flags in a partner that is undervalued.
Yo, Techno Trooper, thank you so much for the $200 TTS. We'll go around the table on that. W's in the chat for Techno Trooper. Thank you, man. Tell us your favorite green flags in a partner that is undervalued, okay?
I think somebody who listens and gives you good advice. Like, I appreciate a partner that I can get advice from. Like, someone who doesn't mind hearing about my daily trials and tribulations because they want to genuinely help me through it.
Why do you undervalue that?
Wait, do I undervalue? No, I think that is generally undervalued. I think that people are very okay with their partner not really being interested in what they do on a daily basis, or disputes with people. They're like, oh, whatever. Like, my wife's complaining again.
By the way,
whatever.
Lucy, do you prefer from front or your side?
If I'm being so honest, my exact side profile is not it. My 3/4 is where it's at.
Yeah, so you might want to, you tend to lean, like you're looking that way. You probably want to look more this way, just heads up. Because
Brian, are you saying I look bad?
We're getting
We're already 3 hours in. They've seen every bad angle
You
of
have
me.
that wicked witch thing going on
Whoa.
that side.
That's probably the most
talking about-
brutal insult